It's the Caitlin
Subjective theft. Subjugation stipulates we're going to steal as many things from the opponent as possible, but you're going to be loose with the definition of steal. Dark Confident steals the opponent's ability to deal you the full 20 damage. I guess so does Imperial Seal. Imperial Seal steals a draw step from yourself. Deep Cavern Bat fits pretty well because it's stealing but not actually stealing. And steals life. That's a good point, White Seal. Yeah, Lifelink is very, very stealage. Very theft-based. Lifelink is directly stealing, yeah. Jay steals a way of them winning. They can't deck you. Robber the Rich steals. It's in the name. Yeah. The issue with Robber the Rich is that Robber literally steals cards. Little on the nose for this stip, but I didn't see anything else. Urborg steals the opponent's ability to not have a pile of swamps in play. Some people would prefer not to have a pile of swamps in play. They don't have that choice. Stealing swamps into their battlefield. Pest Infestation steals artifacts into 1/1s. Phantasmal Image is copyright theft. You're just like straight up Xeroxing somebody's idea, passing it off as your own. In my opinion, that's the worst kind of theft. Stealing candy from a baby, stealing from the poor, totally fine in comparison to the horrors that is copyright theft. I think Portable Hole is great for this. Reprieve stealing a turn is like extremely on the nose. Curtain sort of steals a card. It like gives them the card back. Yeah, I think Reprieve fits the spirit of the stip better. I might want to take multiple cards of one color though. Because I'm selfish. Yeah, Portal is a little direct. Yeah, Reprieve into Balance would have been really good for this stip. Sentinel steals mana. Yeah, I like that reasoning. Fallen Shinobi is a little direct, I'm not sure if Shinobi is perfect. Because it's like not subjective. It literally is just stealing. I'm going to go with Soul Cauldron. We can steal opposing abilities. So again, we're going for creative theft, right? Not just like control magic your creature. Is how I understood the stip. We're going for like Hull Breacher steals the opponent's extra draws. Odawara steals tempo. Agatha Ballista is a combo. How would that work with the stip, Tabby? I mean, Lifelink is still theft. It's very awkward that it's all white here. Vindicate can steal land drops. Beanstalk steals from the fun from your opponent. I don't think Beanstalk does that. Beanstalk is not good in Cube. You need like a very specific deck. Oh, Portable Hole's perfect. Nice wheel. Yeah, I wasn't white when we first saw Portable Hole. Nice to see the wheel there. You're not sure why Beanstalk's in the cube? I'm not sure either. I assume they didn't want to make like too many cuts from the last cube. And they'd already made a lot of changes, so that's why I gotta assume. I've seen it go 15th a lot. It's one of those cards. There's these cards that are just like like Nutter's constructed staples that just seem like very clearly not going to be good if you can't shove 4 of them into your deck and like build around their deck building restriction. Like Beanstalk is more of a Narcomoeba than a Minskin Boo, right? Like it kind of needs a whole deck. Hey, Unicorn Prawn, thanks for 15 months. Yeah, Memory Lapse steals a draw step, which I dig. Very frustrating card to face, Memory Lapse. The Frog again. A little direct for the step. I really want this Delta, but Teferi seems perfect, huh? You literally steal the opponent's ability to play instants. That's some major fucking theft right there. Yeah, I think it's just too good. I think Animate Dead. It's iffy, but I think it's good enough. It does steal their dead. A little direct, but you know, no card's perfect. Steals from the grave at least. Yeah, at least it's not like just mind controlling a creature that's in play. Yeah, the Chain of Smog has me tempted. I don't really see a good theft argument here, so I'm just gonna grab Toxic. Let's grab some Fixing. Valky would fit here pretty well, but we are behind on Fixing. So I'm gonna Hollowed Fountain. Liliana strips the opponent of the ability to have a full hand. The Drain there. Hey Snowden, thanks for the sub, thanks for 16 months. I'm just gonna grab another piece of Fixing here. Well, Sunfall, hold on. Sunfall steals your opponent's power, right? The more creatures they have in play, the bigger your creature is. Now we'll grab Darkslick Shores. Now we'll grab a Fixer. Well, I guess if Crab's wheeling. Hard to justify Baleful Mastery. Oh, Spellbinder's a Sword of Steel, huh? Yeah, I don't see any theft here. I hope I get some sleep tonight. Only gotten like 4 or 5 hours for a few days in a row now. I got that sweet tournament tomorrow. Crazy how slept on Shorkai still is. I mean, Shorkai does take a lot of mana, right? Like, for example, you see Jace the Mind Sculptor go about that late too. Can anyone explain enemy and ally colors to you? Absolutely. So ally colors are whatever I'm playing, and enemy colors are whatever my opponent's playing. No, it's just color pairings. I think you can see them all like on the back of a Magic card. Ooh, more life gain. More life gain theft. The worst kind of theft. Oh, Caracas is theft for sure. For sure. It's stolen so much of my life ranting about how busted Caracas is. Malcolm's a pirate. Pirates steal things on occasion. Should we try to make Ketchermos work? Could steal value from your opponent. Let's try it. We have this Soul Cauldron. Kind of pairs well. We do need more than Soul Cauldron, of course. Yeah, the Ketchermos might be a bit loose here. We'll see. We don't have to run it, right? Hole in Sunfall Exile. Yeah, Sunfall does exile the Ketchermos, of course. That's one issue there. Alright, so as much as I want this Scrubland, Hullbreacher was literally named in the stip. And I think that deserves special consideration anytime a card is literally named. So this is stealing your opponent's draw effects here. Plus, who's going to take that Scrubland, right? When I say more than Soul Cauldron for triggering Ketchamos, I mostly mean another engine card. You can't really like play Ketchamos and then play your very expensive, and Grief does not work with that, by the way. It has to be from the battlefield or the graveyard. But playing Ketchamos and then exiling a card with Council's Judgment and drawing a single card, not a good card, right? Not worth playing in your deck. 3 mana draw card is like cycling on a tri-land, right? It's not really a reason to play a card. I don't know what kind of theft Thassa's Oracle is, but it is pretty bullshit. We can all agree that. I don't think it's very bullshit in this deck, though, is the issue. Hypnotroc feels the most thefty here. Yeah, let's play more of this album, huh? This album rips. I'm gonna grab that Sunken Ruins. That's what I'm gonna do. Have a bat's chance in hell of casting my cards. Ooh, love that trademark. That's going deep. Path doesn't feel like theft, right? Like you're gifting them a land. That's not very thefty. Oust, however, you're like not only taking a creature off the battlefield, you're also denying them a draw couple turns down. Yeah, not a very thefty pack. I'm looking at Overlord and Staff. We didn't take that Lingering Souls. There's just like no tokens here for Staff. Overlord it is. Jumping, stealing the opponent's ability to block. Hey, the Courtyard Wield. Yeah, we're scrapping. As much fixing as we can get, huh? We have like double black and double white cards here, and we're playing a third color. Yeah, I don't think Ketchamos is quite good enough. Oh, this spits out Lifelinkers. And as we mentioned earlier, Lifelinkers are the most egregious form of theft. Life stealing. Hey, Nugget FTW thinks the 70 months there. The big 7-0. Happy Pi Day. Why, thank you. I should be drinking from my pie cup. You thought copyright infringement was the most egregious? Copyright infringement is clearly the most egregious form of theft. Undebatable. Definitely the worst form of theft imaginable. The only thing more egregious than copyright infringement is life gain. Just straight up lifting someone's life and putting it onto your own. So brazenly. But the only thing worse than life gain, the only form of theft worse than life gain, is copyright infringement. You know, someone's hard worked ideas, just lifting them for your own. Without copyright, we have nothing. We don't have a society. We have nothing. Could cut the most direct forms of theft: the crab and the animate dead. Think about cutting Luris, just because I don't like Luris very much. We have a solid amount of life gain without him. Shadow Spear removes Hexproof, which feels like something. If you remove Hexproof, you're stealing privacy, right? Malcolm doesn't, like, actually steal anything. We could cut Malcolm. How many things actually trigger this Enduring Innocence? We have 1, 2, 3, potentially 4. Pretty much never Baragwaif. There's the tokens from Elspeth and Shorakai, but yeah, maybe Luris is better. Oh, Luris isn't better. We only have like 3 cards here. Although Rebuying Image is good. Yeah, I wonder if Preacher is like my actual best. At least Luris pitches to Grief, huh? And the Overlord increases the chance that we find something for the Luris. Okay. Okay. 7 black sources does not seem like enough for my Hymn to Turok deck. 8 blue sources seems like way too many for my 5 blue card deck. And 7 white sources is okay, but not amazing. How many black did I say I had again? Also 7. So now they're both at 8, and blue goes down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 is okay for blue. Yeah, I'd like to get more black sources in, but we do need double white, We have a couple double white cards. And there's the Urborg there. Urborg and Sunken Ruins both help for him to Turok. Cool. Bloom. Some scrubs in there. Trophy always helps, yeah. Coming down a little strong there, opponent. Grizzlebrand seems like an excellent ability to steal. If I were in the market for stealing abilities, which I am, that is one of the very first creatures I would look at. Hell yeah, James DeBouche. Aw, Emperors. Emperor's stealing my fun. I suppose it isn't, Tom. But the trick will be there being a creature in play in the graveyard to get a 1/1. So the Cauldron can give me a 1/1 counter. We'll see. Suppose that works. Gotta be a little careful with this discard because of that Dothy. I want to discard Grief. If they want to sack Voidwalker for Grief, I'm happy with that. This Animate Dead doesn't seem great. Do we just discard a land then? They're just beating in. I kind of wonder if they put in mono black here, huh? They see mono black. So this is bad for me. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's just bad. I was kind of hoping they would roll the dice there with the crab gamble. No, I don't have an answer to the Voidwalker next turn. Bummer. Perfect. Let's punish the crab. Not stealing good enough. This man is atrocious. Who would keep a hand like this? Killing curtains, deal. I guess that edict was going to hit the curtains regardless. Imagine that one's hitting anime dead, huh? Just a cheaper version of whatever you do target. A little bit worried about Baragorth getting edicted. But I don't want to just slam the Luris until I've got another land, so I can go Luris, Greenbank, Curtains or something. Almost done with my food here. Yeah, Grief has Menace, so no block for me there. This is kind of an awesome turn. Stealing some of that life back. Love to see it. Alright, we need to win before they get to 8 mana. Before this Inquisition, I was thinking it's funny that, like, Hull Breacher could stop Archon's draw, and Luris could stop its edict. Guess we'll see what Baragorth hits first. Just piece by piece shut off the whole card. My Baragorths have not been hitting today. It's insane. How many Baragorth mills I've had, how many cards I've milled and like not hit a creature. It's been a lot. Stealing is wrong? Yeah, well. What's it to you? Pervert. Interesting that they're running the troll out. I guess they really want to trade with the Baragorth. But they can't. It's a fucking 6/7. They're just casting it to trade. Yeah, I think binning the troll and getting a land there is a little bit better. Oh, I probably don't want him, actually. Exactly. I'm being paid to steal. People don't realize this. Everyone's got to make a living, folks. Everyone's got to make a living. Especially the con artists, the swindlers, the hooligans. Toxic Deluge for 7. Fair enough. So the Hymn to Turok has a 2/3 chance of hitting Recurring Nightmare out of their hand. And a 1/3 of binning both their fatties and leaving them with their reanimation spell. It's probably an incorrect to cast, but I'm going to do it anyway. No. The 33%! We just got 33%ed. I'm going to snap reanimate. That would serve me so right. It'd be so justice. Reanimating, sure, and then that'll give them the, yeah, I'm just gonna scoop here. Stealing my things? Very rude. Doesn't that quote just mean nothing? I think they meant the inverse. We know what they meant, huh? We know what they fucking meant. I'm not gonna quibble. Nor am I gonna think about it too hard. Both of those things go against my values. Except for quibbling, which I am a fan of. Mana's looking good this game so far. I feel like stealing a land drop. And then I'm going to steal it from the graveyard too. That's right. Ghost Vacuum? Are we going to have a theft off? I like how they snap tapped theirs too. Well, I'll tap mine. Oh man, they were trying to play a hasty 6 so hard. At first I vindicated them. And then I spellbinded the 6. That card's not super castable here. Oh, they played the Besiege you out. Resolves. Trying to think of something cute I can do with Sodawara, and I don't really see anything. Bouncing Spellbinder is not that good because the Voidwalker is not tied up on cost, right? It's tied up on black sources. I wonder why they tapped their black, huh? They could have left up double black for the Voidwalker. I'm just going to do this and hope that they do not hit another blue source. I guess I could have let the first trigger resolve. Oh, they just scooped. I think they missed that they could just recast it if if either their triggers here hit an island, huh? Not that I'm complaining. You see me complaining, you'll never see me complaining. No complainer Caleb, that's what they call me. Never complained a day in his life. Oh, it's nighttime though. Have I ever listened to Sepultura? Yeah. Been a minute. Very possible I should be leading on Caracas to steal their ability to run out a legend here. I'm here to put your Pilgrim in a hole. What happened to Kebab Caleb? Man, Crater Hoof costs 2 more. Sounds pretty dope. Yeah, let's do that. Hey, X Magica thinks that's 72 months. Robot stop. All caps. This Emperor's just getting in, huh? I'm just getting in for 4. Fair enough. I was gonna Hull Breacher this turn, and then I realized that I really didn't want the Voidwalker down on the turn that I Overlord. I don't want to hardcast Overlord next turn. Hell yeah, Hexed. Yeah, this is the album that I think really got me into King Gizzard, and I think that was true for a lot of folks. Not particularly unusual. So far, we've stolen a few cards. Now we're going to get to start stealing lives. Yeah, Bjorn's been in since the set released. Ooh. The whole cycle's bangers. The Overlords? Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. You can't attack really with the Voidwalker unless you're with the Voidwalker in play. Like the Overlord would, all of it would get exiled, and they'd have a lot of sweet options. Teferi stealing my opponent's ability to play instants. Hey, I stole that Pilgrim fair and square. Yeah, the double block makes sense to me. Really hoping they crack, like panic crack the Grove. Yeah, you got it. Attacking me, not Teferi. Interesting. Ooh, does Hull Breacher stop that? Yeah. They need to do that in response to the Hull Breacher. These boots were made for Crabbin', apparently. Not to bed. I've gotten 3 lands so many times. Very low floor. I mean, the floor is a 6-mana 5/5. And the the ceiling is just like the best fucking card you've ever played in your life. I should be leaning in Courtyard. There's 2 other fast lands in the deck. It'll be awkward to draw them back to back here, maybe. Steal some cards right to the bin. Island Time Warp. So no creatures from my animate dead, but I gotta imagine Island Time Warp's okay. The Storm Chasers can rebuy Time Warp. Not sure if I should be Barrogoyfing or Spellbinding. I guess since Barrogoyf is a higher form of theft, Lifesteal, the worst kind of theft. They are playing blue. You could just hold up the Hull Breacher too. Ghost Vacuum, It's a little awkward with Barrogoyf. Yes, Ghost Vacuum is weirdly troubling here. Just killing my Spellbinding. Yep. Yeah, they can't draw 2 there because we're holding up Hull Breacher. Hull Breacher, not stealing cards from the opponent, but is stealing possible lines of play. And that's something. Kind of wonder why they didn't activate Storm Chasers on their turn. Because the White Stone taps for 2, and then the Academy taps for 4 by itself, right? Kind of seems like they could have done whatever they wanted. Feels like an upheaval. Nope, Expel. Big old Ballista. It's pretty big. And I've seen a large Blister, too, out there. Getting smothered a little bit there. Just a little bit. I think I'm going to run no changes this time. I'm just going to draw better, play better. Maybe not play better. Yeah, no change. No promises there. And I'm really drained. I think this is my last match of the evening, folks. I know it's a little earlier than usual. I hope you'll forgive me. But, like, I need to sleep. My body is telling me, nope, done. And I got that early tournament tomorrow. That'll be a good time. I really enjoyed that vintage shops deck that I'm going to be playing. And the field looks really tough. Reed Duke. Nathan Stoyer. I'm actually level 1. The Scrawling Crawler shops deck was fun. It was a lot of fun, right, Mark? I think it's, like, well-positioned against Paradoxical Outcome, too. I'm a little bit less confident in the mirror. It looks like there's going to be a lot of mirrors floating around as well. But we'll see. Yeah, Mark. The deck where I dropped at 3-0 and chat got kind of sad. It's kind of mopey, huh? But it does have some forms of theft here with the memory lapse and the bat stealing. You got to decide whether you would have been the Sentinel, which is best on turn 1 and is obviously not going to be played on turn 1 here, or the Elspeth that takes double white. Don't really like either. Let's just get this one down on turn as soon as possible, huh? Oh, we got Stern Scolded. We just got fucking Stern Scolded. Pented Prism with a single counter, huh? Awkward rip off the top. Awkward for me. Yeah, Layers for Bias for Sentinel just doesn't seem very good right now, huh? Not when they've got an Urza. I wonder if they would have slammed the Tinker if I'd passed with the Memory Lapse here. Probably not. I think they still go for the Urza. Let me get to Memory Lapse that, use the Pented Prism mana, then unbat them. Oh, we're bar bouncing, sure. Speaking of theft, very rude. Yeah, I was wondering. If I'm the opponent, I slam Narset and just down take and get the Tinker back. Hit for one pass turn. Saheeli, okay. Saheeli, I like that better. It's going to start producing for their academy and get really out of control really quickly. I guess I hit the Saheeli and then lose to the rest of their hand. Not a very good plan, is it? Well, we're going to see what they're tinkering up at least. Blightsteel, not bad. Steal one delicious life point. Yeah, you could save the Council Judgment knowing that they've got Tinker on top. I feel like if they just, like, play their cards into their Saheeli, though, like, we lose that, too. Then they've got, like, Academy spinning every turn and stuff. That's how I feel, anyway. All right, friends. Tomorrow, yeah, this is, like, my second or third day in a row of just only getting, like, 4 or 5 hours of sleep.